What's up, everyone? This is Kronos, aka Adam, back with another WWE Week in Review. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Social media is down there. We are on the go home, road to, whatever you want to call it, to Survivor Series. This weekend, I'll be doing my preview predictions for that, as well as check out my week in review also for AEW. Links will be at the end of the video. And check me out on Apple Podcasts, Podomatic. I think that's it for now, because I think they're still pending on other sites. I don't know how those work. All that being said, let's jump right into it. Okay. So as always, like I like to do, go through all the shows that happened: Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Basically, as if you didn't watch it but you want to know what happened. Almost kind of beat for beat, just so that you can feel like you're in the action. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'm going to run through it because I got a lot of videos to do, and not a lot of time to do it in. So we start off with Raw. So yes, this is the Survivor Series Go Home show. Drew comes out to the ring. We get a recap of Drew on SmackDown from when he beat Jey Uso. He's talking about Thanksgiving, what he's thankful for. See, turn off my phone early. I almost forgot. He's thankful for his family, his friends, the WWE Universe. He's also thankful for the doubters, and he gives like a 3MB shout out. Was it Read Between the Lines? Orton's on the Tron. Fine. The fine that he got didn't faze him. He's been fined and or suspended more than any other wrestler. He's the greatest wrestler ever. And then Drew mocks him doing the RKO bit. He says it ends tonight. Miz's music hits. He comes out with Morrison. He says, "What's today's date?" So apparently, I believe it was the anniversary of when he cashed in on Randy Orton about 10 years ago. He'll be sitting front row for their match tonight. Drew threatens him. Miz says Bray didn't show up because he's afraid of them. Change is coming. And then, Drew, his problem was that he gave everyone title matches, and but he'll be winning tonight. That was, I don't know why the light keeps going back and forth there. So we get a recap of Lana going through all the tables. Lana backstage with the tag champs decided to ask for a team up to show that she belongs. Nia says, "Do not tag in at all." Why am I light? What's going on here? I see that it's going in and out. It's really annoying. So we get Asuka, Mandy, and Dana Brooke versus Lana, Nia, and Shayna. So Mandy, why is this? This is really not good. This is really a pain in the ass. I don't know when the lighting is all screwed up here. So Mandy has the K tape on her shoulder. So there were rumors that she had hurt herself. I was happy that she was okay, that she was in the match. Little did I know. We'll find out. So Mandy tries to save Dana on the outside. Shane just stomps her arm on the steps. Mandy's taken to the back during the commercial break, so apparently she was injured and she was not going to be in this match, which is why she never tagged in or had anything to do in this match. Dana gets the hot tag to Asuka, hits the code breaker and the Shining Wizard on Shayna. Nia breaks up the count. Lana with the blind tag on Shayna while she has the clutch on Asuka. Eventually Asuka gets the Asuka lock on Lana and she taps. So Nia immediately goes for commentary, starts, taking everything off the tables, tells her to come over here, and then she's like, "You know what, you did good, congratulations, welcome to the team, you showed a lot of heart, blah, blah, blah." Boom, right through the table again. Number 9. Then we get a recap of the Men's Survivor Series from last week. The team, how they're all breaking down. They're all arguing backstage. AJ breaks it up. They have the advantage on paper because they have more talent. He's so humble, he takes his fair share of the blame as captain. He knows everyone hates to lose, which they all agree about. He makes a match against Retribution. So they make fun of the sizes of the shirts that he got them. Riddle wants a nickname for Jordan. AJ didn't know. So then Jordan, he's like, "Oh, you can't talk to him. He doesn't even speak English." And then Jordan does. And he's like, "Wait, you speak English? I have so many questions." I hated that. I think it's so stupid. I tweeted about this. You're playing us for fools. Like, we know who he was. We know he was the bouncer at Raw Underground. We know he had a relationship with Shane. We know he spoke to Shane all the time. He was even said when he first came on, "Oh, look, that's Jordan from Raw Underground." So we know who he is. They don't give him a name. They don't let him speak. They act like he's like just a brand new person that we don't know. Stop treating us for fools. It is so stupid. It makes no sense. All AJ had to say was, Raw Underground's gone. I saw this guy. I hired him. Done. That was it. That's all you needed. So fucking stupid. Anyway. Backstage, Dana's at the trainer's room waiting for a update on Mandy. Mia Yim attacks her. So apparently they're both not going to be in Survivor Series. I'll get to that in a little bit. Firefly Funhouse. They don't like Miz. Bray wants to help him. So give him a lesson in manners. He asked for a match tonight with Miz. If he tries to repeat himself, if he has to repeat himself, you'll see his bad side. Obviously, the Fiend. So then he's like, I'm going to do some training. So he does agility training where he beats up Huskus and Mercy. Spelling training where Alexa gives him a spelling bee and he spells jackass as M-I-Z. Accuracy, does Rambling Rabbit, the William Tell thing, stabs him in the heart with the dart, and they're all laughing about it. And that's the Firefly Funhouse. It's getting a little weirder and weirder. Raw Tag title match set up from last week. Hurt Business, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric versus New Day. MVP does a promo. No one is better than the Hurt Business. New Day obviously interrupt. Best of the best was the truth. That's about it. That's the only thing that he said. I don't get what's going on with the light right now. I don't understand this. Why the light keeps going in and out. He gets cut off. Kofi gets cut off before he gets to his punchline. Basically, he just wanted to say jerk business. Woods is taking heat for a while. Her Business focusing on his lower back. Hot tag to Kofi. We get a frog crossbody on Shelton for a 2 count. Boom drop countered into a buckle bomb. Avalanche clothesline by Cedric on Kofi for a 2 count. We get a hot tag to Woods. Honor roll on Shelton. Like a missile cave-in by Kofi. Shelton breaks up the pin. 2 dives by Cedric on Kofi. And then another one on Woods. All of them look pretty ugly. I don't know what it was. Maybe he was just tired, but they did not look good. Not like Cedric can do. We get an Olympic slam on Kofi for a 2 count. Brainbuster by Cedric on Kofi. Woods breaks up the pin. And then we get the Daybreak finally on Cedric for the win. New Day retain, as we all knew they would, because they would be facing the Street Profits at Survivor Series. Sheamus calls Drew over, talks about how he knew Drew's mom, and he told him about this guy's ancestry, and he says they uncovered some stuff. Why is the light doing this? This is so fucking weird. I don't get it. So then he says that he uncovered some stuff. It's like some Highlander type stuff. Sheamus, then when Drew turns around after looking at it, he's got like a broadsword for him. So then we get the match Riddle, Lee, Sheamus, Braun versus Retribution. Retribution promo. Nothing more than mere pawns. Blah, 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 blah. His usual shtick. What the fuck? Why is... I don't understand what's going on with the lighting here. This is very weird. I don't get it. I don't know what's going on with my camera right now. So we get AJ on commentary. Riddle with rolling gut wrenches on Slapjack. Exploder Broton on Dijak for a 1 count. Sheamus and Braun argue on the side. AJ then goes to break it up. AJ shoved into Jordan. They go to break. We come back. Riddle's still taking heat. Ali is calling out to AJ while he's on the side. Slapjack does a ripcord knee and a fisherman buster on Riddle. Hot tag to Lee, cleaning house. Slapjack gets tossed into Dijak and Mace, then swung at him. Ali dives, sends Lee into commentary. Strowman takes out some of them, and then, what's his name? Sheamus hits a bro kick on some of the others. I didn't know who exactly, but basically taking all of Retribution out. Sheamus and Braun argue about who gets to take out Ali. Ali rolls up Riddle for the win. They all argue. So your men's Survivor Series team. I don't know why I couldn't get that word out. So they lose against Retribution. I mean, it's basically the right call, but just stupid. Nikki's backstage looking for Alexa. Sarah asks why she's still looking for them if she chose the Fiend. Says she won't give up on her friend. I don't know what's going on here. So Sarah finds Jeff ripping down flyers Elias put up looking for the culprit of the accident. Jeff finds Elias in the locker room. Elias says he's the only one who knows what happened because he knows he did it. If you keep accusing him of something he didn't do, he'll be guilty of a lot worse. Grabbing Elias by like the beard, so that was pretty rough. Miz versus Bray. Miz brings up what Bray did back then, basically where he like broke into his house and like scared his daughter with like a stupid thing. What do you call it? A toy in her plaything. So hold on 1 second. So then new music. He wants to find a peaceful solution. We get a new music for Alexa Bliss. He says she goes. He says no. Nikki comes out to get her. Alexa attacks her. They get broken up. Bray's music hits. Alexa it gets really happy. My Alexa. Oh yeah, that's right. We get a stare down on Nikki by Bray. Morrison with the cheap shot, and Bray gives the death stare. We get the short DDT for a 1 count from Miz on Bray. Standing Uranagi and does the neck snap on Miz. Bliss takes out Morrison. They go over the barricade, which I thought was pretty crazy. Looked really cool spot. Eventually, he hits his sister Abigail for the win. As they leave, a few music hits, and then there's a blackout because they leave together. Now we get a recap of the women's Survivor Series match. Dana and Mandy are now officially ruled out. Basically, I believe it was that Mandy was actually hurt, and to just make it even, to just keep them together, they wrote off Mandy as well. Dana as well, because she got obviously attacked by I don't even remember her stupid name. Doesn't matter. So we get Charlie backstage with Pierce. Lacey and Peyton Evans will be take their place on the team. So she's also with Asuka. Asuka's fired up a better match with Sasha Banks. We get another creepy promo with Angel Garza. I don't know what they're doing with that. Nia's mad at Shayna. Says we actually could have used Mandy and Dana. Shayna says the only ones that matter are them. Lacey and Peyton come in talking some nonsense. Then Nia says this is the worst idea since Quibi. So that's kind of funny. Then we get your main event, WWE title match. Drew versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton, the title holder. Drew rocking the kilt and the broadsword. He basically just, Excalibur the stage, puts the sword in, then the fire shoots out. We get 2 Glasgow kisses, spinebuster and a jackknife cover for a 2 count. Orton tries to leave. Drew catches him. Pierce comes out, says, no countouts, no DQ. So we come back from break. Orton with chair shots. Chairs pressed against the jaw again, which was, obviously a point of contention for them with Drew having the hurt jaw. We get a back suplex on the barricade by Randy, and then shot with the steps. Back suplex on commentary by Randy. Beatdown and another back suplex. So we get Drew with his own back suplex on commentary 2 times. Randy calling out curses, which I thought was great. He's like, shit. Drew misses a Claymore, lands on commentary. We get Drew overhead belly to bellies. Randy hits a superplex for a 2 count. Drew hits a future shock for a 2 count. Randy falls through a table that he set up earlier off the apron. We get a Claymore countered into a snap power slam. Draping DDT off commentary outside. Back in the ring, we get another draping DDT in the ring. He then goes for something. Drew hits the Claymore. 1 Claymore. 1, 2, 3. Drew once again retains. He is your 2-time WWE champion and will be facing Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. Then we go to NXT. So we get right away. We start off with an NXT North American title match rematch: Leon Ruff versus Johnny Gargano. We get a Ruff video package. Johnny comes out to cut it off. Says he's mad. Calls Ruff a joke. Hits him with a cheap shot. Gargano's all over Ruff early. Ruff with some nice lucha moves though. He overshoots Johnny on a tope con hero. So that looked bad because Johnny tried to sell it. Johnny long darts him into the turnbuckles. Goes for a second one. Priest comes out, almost distracts for a Ruff win. Ruff misses a senton, powerbomb, and one final beat. What the hell is going on here? Why does the camera keep getting dark like that? I don't know what's going on. This is really messed up. Okay, let's see if this changed anything, this angle. Okay, sorry for that. Priest pulls him out of the ring, says, "I'm sorry, man, for this," hits him for the, so he gets the DQ win. Obviously, Johnny's not happy about that. Grimes is backstage, says he's not afraid of Loomis when you can see his eyes. So we get Rhea showing up to the Capitol Wrestling Center. Then we get our blindfold match. Grimes versus Loomis. The zombie ref is officiating the match. Grimes isn't happy about that. We get Grimes for, they both put on blindfolds, aka just like kind of black see-through sacks or whatever. Grimes goes for a dive right away, misses, which is funny. Loomis is just standing still while Grimes is like running into things, trying to almost hit the ref. Then he ends up beats the ref by accident because he thinks that is Loomis. He removes his blindfold, but he can't hit Loomis because he sees Loomis there standing, so he goes for him. Loomis moves out of the way. He removes his blindfold, and they start brawling. Grimes fights out of a vice and tries to run, but caught and beat on the outside. Grimes climbs over the barricade, runs off. So it wasn't really a match because it never really got going. Regal's mad at Priest backstage. Says, he was like, man, it was just a joke. I didn't want Johnny to win. So then Leon comes up, says, what, you think this is a joke? You think I'm a joke? Priest tries to apologize, but Ruff slaps him, walks off, and then Regal's like, that serves you right. So that was pretty good. We get a Shotzi vignette. She's building a new tank, tells Candice to go get ready for war because we're getting war games. So now we get Candice, Team Candice versus Team Shotzi for war games. And if you check out my my Twitter, I did a little video with that, and my Instagram. So we get Candice and Indy versus Caden and Casey. Casey Caden get kind of the jobber entrance, but they have some really nice tandem moves on Indy Hartwell. Casey's taking heat for a while. She gets the hot tag to Caden. Basically, we get a Sister Abigail by Caden on Candice, even though they called it a flatliner, but it definitely was a Sister Abigail. We get a Brainbuster by Candice, I believe, on Caden. And then a Wicked Stepsister on Caden by Candice while Indy is holding back Casey for the win. We get an Arturo Ruas vignette like coming up next. We're like, oh, okay, we're going to get some more Arturo Ruas. We got Io showing up. And then Kushida versus Ruas, so we already knew where this was going. Vic says we've seen Ruas on Raw, not Raw Underground, so they're just basically ignoring that it's there. Ruas focuses on the left arm of Kushida. Word that Finn hasn't arrived yet, but keeping his news close to the vest about what he'll say. Ruas keeps going for the Kimura, eventually goes for a knee bar, and Kushida counters into a pin for the win. So we get some kind of vignette for him to lose. But it was against Kushida, so you knew that was going to happen. Ember and Tony backstage, so they have a tag team match against Dakota and Raquel later. Ember gives Dakota props, but using Raquel as a crutch. Tony says they both have been hit by the numbers, so obviously this is good that they have a tag match tonight. Tony says, about the women's championship. Ember says we'll worry about that after this match. So we get some testimonials by people about who's going to win tonight between Rhea and Io. I think Road Dogg, Shawn Michaels, Kushida, Triple H, Thatcher. There were a bunch. It was pretty split, even. I don't think that Triple H should ever be doing them because he basically books everything. So we get Dakota, Raquel versus Ember and Tony. I love Tony's entrance and her sunglasses. Dakota Raquel in control early. Raquel takes advantage during picture-in-picture. Ember with the hot tag, code breaker on Raquel. Ember catches a big boot on the outside. Raquel with the gory special stretch. Ember powers out of it. Ember is pounced away from the tag, which was really impressive by Raquel. She was able to run clear around the ring, slide back in, and then pounce her away from it. Hot tag to Tony. 3 German suplexes on Dakota Kai, Fisherman, but Raquel breaks the count. We get everyone getting their spots in. Everybody's down. Tony sent into the post, and then Tony gets a small package on Dakota for the win. And then Candice and Indy attack from behind. Obviously, Dakota and Raquel, getting on it, and she's one-arm power bombing everyone. So it looks like she's got her team of Candice, Indy, Dakota, and Raquel. Obviously, Candice won her match, and then her what do you call it? Her War Games match. Sorry, brain fart there. And was when it was her and Rhea. Obviously, Dakota never really got to it because she just basically destroyed Tegan Knox, turned on her, and then left. So we get Pat McAfee arrives. They're interested in what Finn has to say. Thatcher versus August Gray. August tries early attack, but Thatch uses his jacket as a distraction. Thatch is in complete control. August attempts a comeback, catches a forearm in midair. A cravat for the submission win. Another cravat. Ciampa's music hits. Basically just walks to the ring, gets in the ring. Thatch is like, I got no problem with you, and then he just leaves. During the commercial break, Ciampa says, I think it's pretty clear, I want to fight Thatcher. And that's it. Priest versus somebody. He was supposed to have a match, and then Johnny attacks him. Fight goes to the outside. Johnny's beaten on commentary. Leon gets involved. Is basically getting his hits in, and then ends up standing tall. A really good shot of him in the ring, and then Johnny and Priest both come up from the apron. They both get in the ring. He runs out. He runs off, and then Johnny bails because he sees that Priest is going to go after him. Apparently, Kevin Owens will be on commentary next week for Wade. We get a recap of last week with Boa. So last night, Regal apparently takes a camera with him, goes to Boa's house since he hasn't been to the PC in a week. He says, no, I'm not coming, I'm not going. He says, she's coming. He's like, what? Not Xia Li. Xia Li hasn't been here in 2 weeks. He's like, no, not Xia. She's gone. She's coming. So we don't know what that's about. And also it looks like he's like a battered house husband. Leon's backstage. Regal confronts him, says, what are you doing? Says, you know what? I'm not a joke. I'll face the both of them to show everyone that he isn't a joke. So maybe we'll get that triple threat at War Games. NXT Women's Title, main event, Io versus Rhea. So power and speed, they're both evenly matched using what they have to their advantage. Rhea drops Io from the electric chair on the apron, and basically I think she really hit hard because during the picture-in-picture, they were all the staff was tending to Io in that spot. They were checking her for injury, so it really wasn't much in picture-in-picture. Rhea hits a facebuster, and the ref immediately checks on her again. Muscled up suplex by Rhea for a 2 count. We show Finn arriving in picture-in-picture. We get an avalanche German released by Io. Rhea's ear is busted wide open. Apparently she ripped a bunch of earrings out with a big drop kick, I think, from Io. Io with the crossface. They're working so stiff in this match. Rhea makes war paint with the blood on her face. Io starts attacking the left arm, does an arm wringer on the apron, shoulder first into the stairs. Rhea hits a superplex back from picture-in-picture. We get a one-arm reversed cloverleaf by Rhea and starts swinging her into a sit-down submission. Io gets to the ropes. Io counters a riptide into an armbar. Rhea tries to power out but can't, but eventually gets to the ropes. Io misses 2 619s, connects on the third, hits a missile dropkick, only gets a 2 count. Io then misses the moonsault but lands on her feet. Io counters a riptide again into a DDT. Rhea powerbomb through commentary, kind of like a sunset flip through commentary. Rhea just breaks the count. That was rough. Io, as she breaks the count, Io hits the moonsault for the win. This was wild. Massive show of respect. Clearly, I think because of the fact that she was injured during the picture-in-picture, that they were rushed for time. So Finn immediately enters the ring. He gives props to Io. Said he's got a big beard now. Says he's got 3 plates in his jaw. Pat and the crew interrupt. Says, I know you don't watch the industry. It watches you. But he's like, Drake and Dane are dead. Breezango dead. Undisputed Era dead. Finn is gonna they want Finn to hand over the belt or end up dead as well. He's like, it's funny when the mouse is away, the cat is away, the mouse will play, but the cat is back, and look what he dragged in. It's a bad accent, obviously. Undisputed Era comes out. The fight breaks out. Cole with a massive pump kick on Pat. They're brawling all around. Then we go to break, but in the exclusive, social exclusive, we get what's his name, Regal coming out. 8 men. He's like 1 match, 8 competitors. You know where this is going. War Games. And the best part is Undisputed Era. Just say the words. We want to hear it. War Games. So yes, it'll be Undisputed Era versus Pat McAfee Squad in War Games. So we get two War Games matches for the War Games pay-per-view. Probably the what do you call it? Triple threat tag team match. Probably Ciampa versus Thatch. That's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure what else, but I'm sure they can come up with something. That's in a couple weeks, so that'll be fun. And then finally we get SmackDown. Where are we at right now? Oh, wow. Okay, so once again, go-home show for Survivor Series. We get Street Profits in the new Champs Lounge. They're doing the hype promo of all the matches. Then we get talking about The Undertaker. All of a sudden, someone comes up doing the Rest in Peace, and it's Big E, and apparently they only had a sombrero and props. That's why he was wearing it. New Day is here tonight. He does the intro. New Day come out to the ring. Not with Big E, though. So weird. Says they were invited here tonight. Tribute to Taker. They do the sit-up. Then Sammy comes out, mad that they can only talk about the Taker. Says that he has a receipt coming from some chokeslam in Madison Square Garden. I don't remember what exactly that was. WWE wants to protect Lashley as well. New Day can't find anything nice to say, but they finally say that Woods says that he looks like a recently divorced dad who put a down payment on a studio. It's like, no one can tell you what to do in your castle. That 400 square feet is all yours. So that was pretty funny. King Corbin's out. Says, you're going to let New Day talk to you like that. Ziggler and Rude come out. Rude doesn't have a robe, though, so I don't know if this is kind of his new look. He just has the leather jacket, so not sure. Ziggler doesn't like Sammy being in this position, but he has no problem with Corbin. New Day say they can defend the titles, but they actually get the rest of them to fight each other. Rude and Ziggler so New Day think that Rude and Ziggler will face Sammy and Corbin, and the winner will face them for the tag titles. But Rude and Ziggler just attack New Day instead. Street Profits come out for the save. Ford with a massive tope on Hero. When Kofi was about to do it, they go to break, and as always, you know what's happening. We get an 8-man tag. Street Profits and New Day versus Rude, Ziggler, Corbin, Zayn. New Day and Street Profits are basically trying to one-up each other. We get an honor roll counter with a deep 6 for a 2 count. Standing moonsault by Ford on Corbin for a 2 count. Kofi runs into Ford. They go to break. Obviously, we come back from break. Ford's taking heat for a while. He gets the hot tag to Kofi. Blind tag to Woods. Outside and DDT for a 2 count on Rude. Hard tag by Dawkins. And then Rude hits a hard tag on Sammy, who had not tagged in at all this match. Eventually, they hit the cash out on Sammy for the win. So you have your men's Survivor Series team member in Corbin lose. You have your Intercontinental Champion who has a match lose and take the pin on that. Daniel Bryan's backstage. Sammy comes by arguing with the ref about the match. Bryan apparently has a new haircut, kind of Miz-like. Bryan pulls up his mask while Sammy's yelling at him, saying, "Is this funny?" Bryan slaps Sammy to the ground, says, if I didn't have a match, I'd take care of you. This isn't over. He believes in social distancing as much as possible, apparently. So we come back from a break. They have an official interview. We get a recap of Jay getting the beatdown on Bryan. And we actually see Bryan watching it, which is interesting, which we never really see. So he actually believes it wasn't personal. Everyone has an angel and a devil on their shoulders. And he's like, who do you think I'm listening to right now? The devil speaking to him. I couldn't hold my daughter. She was crying, blah, blah, blah. So we get Pierce talking to someone off frame, basically how he has the power to choose one more member of their team. Says he loves his story, loves his fight. It's Otis. Otis is on the team, but he already lost his qualifying match, so don't know why. Gable is congratulating him, saying, "We did it. You harnessed your inner alpha." So Natalya comes over, says, "You do have the power to choose," and he goes, "Yes, I did. I have the power to choose one person. So I chose Bayley. and you have a match with Tamina, and that starts right now. So another qualifying match. I don't even know how many this is for them against Tamina, who also I think has had a couple of those. Backstage Seth promo. Usual, Murphy was no one before he came along. You would have never even met Aaliyah, blah, 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 I'll destroy you. Okay. Survivor Series qualifier match. Natalya versus Tamina. Bianca's on commentary. She's got these really cool sunglasses. Bayley comes out to ringside saying, oh, you didn't even invite me. Tamina with the super kick. Natalie bails out. Natalie and Natalya. Natalya sent into the steps. Bianca says, don't mess with the vibe because Bayley keeps calling herself the captain. Riot Squad are watching backstage. We get a sharpshooter by Nat for the win. She's finally on the Survivor Series team. She's celebrating like she just won the championship. Bayley comes in, calls Riot Squad out. Bianca reluctantly gets into the ring, and they're posing together. And I don't know what Bayley is doing here. I don't know if she's still pissed off about she's still going to be involved in Sasha or what, because she was just like over the top happy, even though she was being really obnoxious on commentary. So we got a Drew and Roman contract signed. This was great. Pierce is presiding over it. Roman wants to sit at the head of the table. Roman says he knew Drew could do it. Paul not so much, but he knew because he's been in his shoes. He's the right guy at the right place at the wrong time. And Drew saying Roman won't get in his head. Drew asks him to underestimate him, and then Roman just absolutely just destroys him, calling him the secondary title holder. Says, you're going to learn, and all these lessons I'm going to teach you, and eventually you'll love me, and I will love you too. And like Drew is a defeated man. It looks like, he looks like you could tell like on the surface he was trying to just hold it in, but he just looked like he was just destroyed. Says, you'll always be my favorite number 2. And he leaves. So we get a recap of the final chapter between Seth and Ray again. Seth versus Murphy. Murphy family, Mysterio family is out with Murphy, besides the mother. They just start brawling. Seth tosses Murphy into the barricade in the post. Murphy gets caught in the ropes. He goes for a kendo stick, says he doesn't care if he gets DQ'd. Ray tries to grab the kendo stick. He attacks both Ray and Dom. Murphy sent from the top to the barricade. He gets free. Aaliyah slips backing away from Seth. Not sure if that was on purpose or if she just legit slipped, because she almost looked like she broke her ankle. Murphy tries Cheeky Nanders. I keep calling it Cheeky Blinders. It's Cheeky Nanders. I've been corrected. Seth counters that. He does hit Cheeky Nanders eventually, and the Tope Con Hero. Seth hits his superplex Falcon Arrow combo only for a 2 count. We get a flying V-trigger off the apron by Murphy. Back in the ring, Murphy's trying to get into the ring. Seth hits a stomp. Takes too long to get to the cover. Murphy gets his foot on the ropes. Seth hits a buckle bomb. And then we get a V-trigger. Then Seth goes for a stomp. He misses the stomp. Another V-trigger. Murphy's Law. And then doesn't get the pin right away. There's a couple of beats. Then gets to the pin. You figure Seth is going to kick out. But no, he does not. Murphy gets the win. Celebrating with the Mysterios. And then Sasha just comes out like immediately. So I think this is like another situation where they were just pressed for time, which is weird. So we come back from break. Then Asuka and Sasha are in the ring. Cole's with them. Sasha's basically playing the heel when Cole says she took the title, and she's like, you're damn right I did, talking about earlier in the summer. Asuka says you're not the boss of her. Cole asks, does Asuka have your number? And she's like, what time is it? Oh, it's boss time. And then Asuka does the road dog, you didn't know your ass better call somebody. Then she's doing the Cena, you can't see me, and it's just getting in. You can see Sasha's getting pissed off. Sasha says, we can do this right now. Kicks off her shoes. Asuka looks like she's about to get ready for it, and then boom, Carmella hits a chop block and starts beating Sasha down. Asuka's just watching, like, not my problem. Carmella puts Sasha in the tree of woe, does a super kick, and once again, Asuka just watching. Don't mind me, just watching. Jay backstage interview. Are you allowed to talk? Basically, are you allowed to talk to me now? And he's like, yeah, he still got the jokes. Says he has the green light to talk and the green light to handle his business. Says he's doing it because he wanted to, not because he had the devil talking to him. So then we get our main event, Bryan versus Jay. Bryan with the crossface submission, just clubbing blows. Bryan sent into the steps, clears off commentary. Bryan selling his lower back. Yes kicks in the corner. Dive by Bryan. Bryan back body dropped through commentary. Jay with the beatdown. Jay hits a superplex for a 2 count. We get a yes lock, but Jay fights out and goes straight for the kidney shots because this is what they were selling, that he had lower back and kidney damage from the beatdown. We get an avalanche back suplex by Bryan. Yes kicks for a 2 count. Then goes for the Danielson stomps. Jay counters the knee plus with 3 super kicks. Goes for the Uso splash, but Bryan gets the knees up and a roll up for the win. There you have it. So basically, everybody aside from Otis, who did not have a match, lost from your Survivor Series team. Then you had your Intercontinental Champion also lose. You then basically put together 2/5 of your Women's Survivor Series team literally on this episode, 2 days before the actual match. A very unnecessary New Day segment there. They could have done much different. So anyway, there you have it. As always, I like to give my match of the week. This was tough because it was either the WWE title match or the women's NXT match. I'm going with the women's NXT match. That match was absolutely just awesome. Clearly, Rhea is no longer going to be on NXT. She has nothing left to prove. So she's got to go up to main roster at this point, even though I don't want her to because I know that they'll just screw her up. But she'll probably go to Raw because Asuka literally has nobody at this point until Charlotte gets back. So yeah, it was hard hitting. They were working stiff. Rhea gets busted open in her ear because she's got all those earrings. Io looked great. Obviously when she took that electric chair face buster off the apron, there was a lot of worry there, but she was able to power through it. So yeah, Io once again looking like a dominant champ. I assume she's probably going to be part of the War Games team because there's no one really for her, and I doubt Finn is going to have a match with anyone either. At this point, they're just going to give him some more time to heal up. So there you have it. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. Social media is down there. Check me out on Apple Podcasts and Podomatic. Obviously, wishing everyone happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Obviously, if you can, abide by the guidelines. Be safe. Social distance if you can. We're going to get through this. So as always, be safe, love each other, and bye now.